Good morning. Happy... Oh, I'm not zoomed in. Welcome to all of the shit on the windowsill. Let me show that. Had the AC machine. Hiya. Sorry, I'm bigger now. What settings are you after, Josh? Exclamation mark settings isn't a command, but there will be a command for what it is that you're after. Do you mean sliders? If you're after the sliders, these exclamation mark sliders. All good, thank you, War Machine. How are you, mate? So, yesterday we set up the basics of the new F1 save. We will be continuing on with that and actually doing our first race weekend in this first part of the stream. We will then switch to the FC25 Sunderland career post that, and we'll get cracking with that too. Let's get some activities in here, shall we? Lots of stuff we can whack in. That'll do. That's no harm whatsoever. We're doing chassis stuff at the minute, as well as we will eventually do powertrain stuff as well. Personnel front. Driver torch, driver camp is probably going to be handy. We can do driver torch. We're not necessarily looking to do any driver torch. Thank you for the 70 bits, Ashley. Just got back from Tenerife at 3 AM. Hope you had a good holiday, mate. Now we'll do sponsored discovery, because it's always good to get stuff on the extra stuff on the car. Don't necessarily need the cash, but we could probably fit both of these in, can't we? We'll do that first. Yeah, okay. Getting all those activities in will be a good start. Good, glad to hear it, War Machine. Right. Should we just get recording? I think we should, really. Let me stop that and close the window. We can just crack on, can't we? Yes. Bottom, Jordan. Jaguar were never more than a mid-team car at best. So we're starting at the back and we'll work our way forward. Nah, it is a big loss for Wickham, you're right. Welcome to episode 1 of a brand new F125 save here on now the Chesnoy Gaming channel. Full videos as well as the streams as well. We've not done F1 on this channel for a while. Everything's been on the second channel, but we're moving Formula 1 content to the main channel alongside the FC stuff to try and ensure that as many of you can enjoy this content as possible. And you'll know the team if you're an old school Formula 1 fan. We haven't created a new team all of our own. We are reviving a former Formula 1 side from real life, Jaguar Racing. You'll be familiar with the Racing Green, now Aston Martin racing that colour, but we have brought back the Racing Green in a second different variant. Obviously, a number of familiar drivers from old school Formula 1 did race for them in the short window that they were a team. Went from the Jackie Stewart team to Jaguar. Jaguar then became what is now Red Bull Racing. So there's some pedigree after this team. This team weren't actually very good. So we're going to try and make them better than they were. We're going to try and match the livery. We're going to try and match the theme, the driver outfits, etc. And we have also thanks to the icons in-game, been able to bring a real-life driver that used to race for Jaguar to the team already straight from the off. So I'll show you my drivers here. We are running a real-life driver and we're running a driver from the Breaking Point story mode save, mainly because they have a lot more and a lot better real-life radio calls in response to back and forth with the engineers. So that's going to be cool. We're going to drive as Callie Mayer to get all of those radio calls. But Mark Webber drove for Jaguar in real life. Mark Webber is now going to drive for us in this save as well, as we look to relive Jaguar, but maybe be a little bit more successful than they were back in the day. We're starting at the very back, but we've started with a little bit of a cash injection. We've already started upgrading the team as well, and this is what the car is going to look like, ladies and gentlemen. Jaguar F1 is back. Although it will take a while to be able to fully replicate the old F1 real-life livery, but with our limited options of sponsors in these early stages, I think we've not done too bad a job. So we're not going to waste too much time. We've got a lot of off-track stuff to get to. Obviously, if you're not familiar with Formula One, then this My Team, it's kind of like a creator club style on an FC sense. You add a team, although, to the grid. So there's 11 teams, not 10. Unlike FC, where you replace a team, here you actually add to the grid, which is great. And you are the owner of the team. You hire your drivers, you manage your departments, you upgrade the car, and you, hopefully, eventually win races and world championships. So we've set it all up in the background off video. But, of course, if you want to watch every lap of every session that we do, then you can come and join me on stream either here on the YouTube channel or, as it says up there, over on Twitch as well. You'll find links in the description to the twitch.tv channel. So we're just going to plough on. We're all set up. We're ready to go. We're looking to upgrade the chassis already and make the car lighter, which in theory will make it nimbler, better to corner, and hopefully faster in a straight line as well, because you're not dragging along as much weight. Once we get some more resource points in as well, we're going to upgrade the powertrain and try and make that more powerful. We are running, of course, like we say, Jaguar became Red Bull. We're running a Red Bull Racing powertrain in the car in these early stages. We have an early event here for the corporate facility, which is us discovering a new sponsor. Now, I can't add anything more to the car at the moment. I don't have any extra slots. I'm quite happy with the livery as it stands, but hopefully it won't take long until we're able to start to make it look a little bit more realistic than it currently does. I now have enough resource points to be able to add on the chassis development as well. Previously, you'd research and develop at the same time, and then it would all go on the car. Now you have to research it, then you develop it, then it goes on the car. So it's more realistic in that sense. Those of you that like the more realistic FC saves will enjoy the more realistic Formula One saves. So I'm going to try not to waffle too much in these opening stages. I know I certainly have done a little bit. Not going to concentrate too much on the driver talks at this moment in time. That's a long way off for now. And our first research upgrade that we've tried to do, in fact, both of the first research upgrades that we've tried to do have failed. So we're going to have to redo those, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. And hopefully it will work in the long term, and we'll be able to get the car as fast as possible, as quickly as possible. With regards to the progress history, you can see the rankings of the other sides, or the teams. McLaren are on paper the fastest car, then Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, you can read it for yourself. We are slightly below the next fastest team, so we are definitely a backmarker team. We do 100% race distance, so full Grand Prix, full qualifying, etc. And also, of course, we have safety cars and red flags on. So we're racing at 104 difficulty, and hopefully I won't suck. I might suck.
Boss, we've got interest. There's a sponsor looking to work with us.
Ah, Gedanken Übertragung. Boss. I'm not sure I'm happy with that intro, you know. Let's just, I might start it here. Thank you for the follow, Harlem. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the brand new F125 save here on the main Chesnoid Gaming channel. We are reliving previous real-life excursions with what was Jaguar Racing coming back to life here. There will be two British Racing Green teams on the grid, and we've actually brought back with the icon system in-game as well, a real-life former Jaguar Racing driver in the shape of Mark Webber too. You'll see the car in a minute. We've got Callie Mayer as our second driver because she's got great real-life radio calls back and forth, more in-depth, and it just basically sounds better. But that's the grid. There's an 11th team there. The 11th team is me. I say me. We're trying to do this as realistically as possible. So we've replicated a real-life driver. We're trying our best to replicate the real-life look of the car and the driver suits. And also, because he was for 18 months of Jaguar Racing's 4-year lifespan, Nicky Lauda is our team principal. So hopefully, Nicky can bring the success to Jaguar that he later helped bring to Mercedes. Jaguar Racing became Red Bull Racing, which, as you might well know, ended up going quite well. So we're going to try and be that successful ultimately in this save. But we are starting as a backmarker side. So we are the 11th team on the grid, and we are the 11th slowest. Well, first slowest, 11th fastest team on the grid as well. So whilst we've got good drivers, we've got a rubbish car, and we've got a real Road to Glory style save lying ahead of us, hopefully in as realistic fashion as possible. So if that sounds like it's right up your street, drop the video a like and do subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more of this content. Of course, do come and join me live on stream here on the Chesnoid Gaming channel on YouTube, or as it says up there, over on the Chesnoid Gaming channel on Twitch as well. We've set up the whole save in the background. We've already started to upgrade the car a little bit, so hopefully we'll be quite competitive relatively at the Australian Grand Prix when we get there, driving at 104 difficulty of the 110 that you can go up to, so we're quite high. I'm not the best, but I'm not bad, so hopefully we can do okay. Full 100% race distance as well, so every lap of every session, although obviously we skip quite a bit of practice, but we do make sure we do the practice programs to gain as many resource points as possible to upgrade the car as quickly as possible. Resource point gain is set to lower for us and the AI to give it a more longer term, a more slower, realistic progression from the back of the grid to the front of the grid, and hopefully it will be a journey that you'll join me on throughout. The car, as we say, is as best as we can trying to replicate the real life car from back in the day. So the Jaguar Racing car looked, I'll show you a picture on screen in the edit, looked kind of like that, with the race suits looking kind of like that. And this is what we've been able to replicate so far in the save as it stands. So we're getting there slowly. Obviously, we're quite limited with the liveries we have available right at the very beginning of a save, but as we power through, hopefully we'll be able to put more sponsors on the car and replicate that real life livery even further. We, of course, have replicated a real-life Jaguar Racing driver with Mark Webber, and we've got Callie Mayer there as well, as we say, from the Breaking Point story mode to basically just have a bit of a more realistic feel with the back and forth between driver and an engineer on the pit wall. But we're not going to waste any more of your time in the intro. We are going to head straight to the Australian Grand Prix, where hopefully we can have a respectable, not rubbish, debut. But I need to do something with the engineering department here. A high-profile celebrity has expressed an interest in visiting our powertrain department to film a music video in a powertrain department. Oh, I've no idea what genre of music that could be. The exposure would be fantastic, but it would decline morale. I'll be honest, at these early stages, we need to prioritise the team and the efficiency of each department, so I need to make sure the car is getting as good as possible as quickly as possible. So I'm sorry, Mr. or Mrs. Celebrity, but no, we're busy trying to get ready for this Australian Grand Prix weekend.
Thanks.
Thanks. You're welcome. Heard it's Taylor Swift. She's a big Mark Webber fan. Lol. Get my notepad up for F125 track info. Harder tyre set in Australia. Two-stop hard. A key. Holy moly, we can upgrade some stuff. Although it's going to take a while. Let's do that one. I might do weight reduction again, but I can't quite afford it. 650, 650, 650. Everything's 650, isn't it? Meep. I don't have 650, so I can't do anything anyway. Oh, mate. Honestly, I don't know why it does that. It's literally just Twitch that does that. The YouTube stream doesn't go down at all. I've got no errors on my end on my PC either, so that doesn't make any sense. It's literally not my end. I apologise that the stream went down and came back again. Blame Twitch. Can't afford to do anything else, can we? So we might as well just go. Oh, we said we were going to do the harder tyre allocation, didn't we? I'm going to drive as Cali. No, the Chesnoid Racing, my team, was over on the second channel, Tato, and it is finished. Prematurely, unfortunately. For game bug reasons. Rain at the end of the Grand Prix. Sad. This is Jaguar Racing F1 team, Luke. So it's us bringing back a previous real-life team. Oh, the hiccup. Yeah, stream hiccup removed it. Yeah, let's go with that storyline, shall we, Jordan? So we just jump straight to practice because there's literally nothing else to do, is there?
Hello and a very warm welcome to a brand new season in Formula One. It's 2025. We've got a full...
Hey mate, this is Mark. This is going to be a good year. We're going to have a great time together, and obviously the team are brand new, so I've set everything up from scratch. Let's make the big boss happy and show that we're not just here on the grid to make up the numbers, alright?
I don't need a garage tutorial, thank you. I know what I'm doing. At least I'd like to think I know what I'm doing. Actually, I'm in the wrong place, aren't I? This is the F1 one. Tyres we've got available. Yeah, let's do the tyre management on a hard. Try a refresh, Alfie.
We need to be sure we can manage the tyres through a lap, so try to keep the wear down through each corner. Be especially careful accelerating on corner exit.
Just check my controller settings to make sure that it's still as it was. It should be. Stop that a little. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. The car does feel heavy and significantly boaty. Brilliant. The tyre wear is going to be difficult to manage, but I'm super quick on the Delta apparently. So I can afford to be a little bit less aggressive.
Because temperature's so important for your tyres, cool down laps are now vital after a push lap so that we don't light up the rubber too much, not to mention recharging the battery.
No, Jordan, which is why we are redoing a new save. Only do the initial one or two at most. Alright, round she goes.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Well done, thanks.
Done.
No, Alfie. I'd expect a 23.5 is weird. Why is everyone so slow? Difficulty's definitely set to 104. Definitely set to 104. Yeah. We'll only do one at most tyre wear
Okay, you've
upgrades.
got race levels
Sorry,
of fuel in the car.
two
I
at
want you to
most
drive
tyre
at
upgrades.
representative pace, all right? No hot laps this time.
Probably one brake upgrade and one fuel efficiency upgrade. Maybe two. And that's as much as we'll do. Yeah, we'll double check the difficulty before we do quali. Just the deltas seem really very achievable. As do the other drivers seem quite slow. Yeah, all good, thank you, Ads. How are you, mate? How much it doesn't feel that bad. Definitely draggy though. That was a little bit wild. The quali pace will give us a better idea of where we are. The quali pace practice program will give us a better idea of where we are, difficulty-wise. I'm sure I'm at 104. Thank you, Oscar. Well, I think thank you, Oscar. Definitely, thank you, Charles. So just pulled right in front of Piastri. Just getting out of the way, Gabby. That should have been a wheel off, surely. I've seen Spurs going after Ezzy as well, yeah.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Tyre's a little high, but it was mainly that fourth lap that was a bit dodge. Are they getting quicker? They're getting quicker. Okay, fair enough. Let's just see what it says for the qualifying.
Okay, don't worry about tyres, just give it everything. In this test, we just want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace.
Definitely feels quicker than it should be.
Okay, test complete, and that was a really good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Nice. Take it to begin with. Double check the settings in between sessions. Connor, thank you for the 45th month, mate. It's very good of you, pal.
And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
All right. Difficulty set to 104. Oh, I'm doing the practice program so easily. Just double check every other setting. It's cool that you can add anyone that's currently off if you want to. I like that. Everything was as it should be. Nice one, Connor. Congrats, dude. How did it go, mate? Grimsby have had a strong start to the season, haven't they, Ben? First thing, Huber got 3-game suspension for a red card. Meep. Take the advantage, mate. How did the game go? Won 3-1's good overall. Nice. Love that for you, mate. So after running all of our practice sessions, the car, weirdly, for this early stage of a save, feels quite good. Although we haven't yet got to a competitive session, so we shall wait and see now in qualifying whether we've maybe been lulled into a false sense of security with with how that practice session initially went. Weather has been fine thus far in the race weekend, although as you won't quite be able to see behind me, but I can show you via the messages. There is going to be a slight smattering of rain towards the end of the Grand Prix, so that could certainly add a curveball that's not necessarily in our favour, but it might level the playing field a little bit. We shall wait and see. But Calimaya feels quite quick. Mark Webber was relatively okay in that session as well. Our racing green is slightly different, as you can see there, to the Aston Martin racing green, so hopefully the little icons on the mini-map, as you'll see it when you actually see us on track, which you haven't yet in the YouTube video, that you'll be able to make the difference, or notice the difference between ourselves and Aston Martin. But now it is time for you guys on the YouTube video to see us on track for the first time. And for the first time, really, for us to drive the car in anger when everyone else is doing the same. In theory, we should be last and second last. But will we be? Spoiler alert, probably. Oh, 3-3 with Harrogate on Saturday. Shrewsbury, yeah, we've got Bristol Rovers tonight in the cup.
We're here in the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park, and it's qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix.
I did hear that Grimsby have had a decent start to the season and look competitive. Right, let's see what sort of lap times everyone else is putting in. There you go. There's the 17s. Okay. Actually, let me just check the fuel. Let's go and do our first flying lap.
Okay, me again, mate. We've made some changes to the way that ERS works this year, so you're going to have multiple modes to choose from in the race now. Have a play around with them in your MFD during the practice sessions.
Oh, you're
Think
3-1
about how
down
you
against
might
Harry
use
with
them
8
on
minutes
race
to
day.
go.
I'll
That's
check
quite the
back with you
recovery.
soon to chat more about it. I'm afraid we've dropped to P22. P22.
Lol. Yeah, irreversible bugs, basically, was the issue with the old save, hence the new save. Purple Sector 1? What? I must have just used way too much battery in Sector 1. I am confusion right now. We did a 118.5 in practice. Here
I'm afraid
in
we've dropped
Q1,
to P22. P22.
it's a 118.5, which apparently puts me 5th right now. Now, we are racing at a difficulty that is the highest that I've ever raced at on F125. But I wonder whether... I mean, I'm a full second off Oscar Piastri, but I wonder with the setup that I have in the car, whether we're actually a little bit too quick. And I never thought I'd say that round one on a brand new save at 104 difficulty. But I might be a bit too quick. Early doors, we might actually be upping the difficulty. Wow. If you know my long-term F1 gameplay history, you know that's a rarity. I don't remember being this competitive at Australia in the other save, though. Let's have a look, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, F1 My Team has arrived. F125 is launched via the Iconic Edition. We're currently playing this on the 3 pace.
At Virgin Media, we're big on sports, like really big. Get more matches
Can't
than ever
really
before
be.
with our bigger combo and Sports HD bundle, including Sky Sports HD, TV, and ultra-fast M500 broadband, all for under.
Then there's only 2 tenths between me and my teammate. Is it a 120 flat? Last time. And I'm 1.5 seconds faster than I was last time we raced here. Wow. Really? That's
Zane Maloney said
surprising.
Lap there, but on 1.7 seconds off the front. 1.7 seconds.
18.2 for Oscar Piastri. Up the difficulty, I guess. Wow. I can't do that mid-session, though, unfortunately. Although I would be intrigued to see what race pace is like at 104 before I commit to upping the difficulty. Because race pace and quali pace are completely different, aren't they? Let me just have a look at that again.
I'm going to give us the longest journey. I'm only 2 tenths off Charles in a Ferrari. Look.
That was at 100, wasn't it?
Not set a lap time in Q2. Evidently with DR. We're halfway home.
I can't remember
He's
what.
into action in future.
Where did we finish in the
Sorry,
end?
he's going to have ERS. No, he's going to have DRS. I've got my camera angles for the day, which is an intriguing. Oh, dearie, dear.
16th. Yeah, I think. I think race pace wise we're going to be well off, aren't we? This could be like a Haas situation. Yeah, I might keep as is for the first race. Eight tenths faster than Mark though is a surprise.
All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out onto the track.
Yeah, our green is different to Aston Martin's, but it's not mad dissimilar. there's nothing for lap number 2. That's wide through there. I'm not really, over the course of the whole lap, going that much quicker this time around. We are, I think, going to be relatively comfortably through to the next round of qualifying. We're going to go slightly faster here. But I think I stay 10th there. 10th isn't too bad, actually. I thought maybe we might need to up the difficulty a little bit, but I don't know, I think we might be close to actually where we should be, and race pace is going to be different to single lap pace for sure, and they're only going to get faster the further through qualifying we go. Mark Webber is through though, so I'm delighted to see him through in the car, and that says to me that the car has some pace in it, and it's not necessarily that I'm too fast. If there's only 4 tenths or so between me and Mark Webber, it is a surprise to see Kimi Antonelli out in the Mercedes for sure. Gabby Bortoletto has a 5-place grid penalty, presumably for illegal blocking somewhere. Liam Lawson and Isaac Hadjar both out in the V-Carbs, and both Saubers are out too. Ollie Behrman in the Haas joins fellow rookie Kimi Antonelli in the back 6, as it happens, of course, with the extra team on the grid. I think we might be all right, actually, with regards to difficulty, because even if we qualify well, I'm almost certain we're going to be slower on race pace. And if you recall, when Haas F1 first joined the sport, they were weirdly competitive in the first few races before they became Fochen, door smash and wankers, as Mr. Steiner so politely put and elegantly phrased. So we might be replicating a little bit of a Haas storyline here, in that we start off not that bad and go backwards before we then hopefully take the steps forward that we would like to in the Road to Glory style content that we're making here. I'm going to go and set a lap at the beginning of Q2 and we'll see what we can do. Creator Club will be in FC26, yes. Whether we do a Creator Club or not, I don't know. There was some time in that lap for sure, but not much. I went wide here a little bit, but I wouldn't say there was loads of time in the lap.
We've dropped to P15.
That's annoying. Please no criticisms of Esti Vesti. Still shit as well, wasn't it? trying to set a lap time on just this set of tyres if I can. So I can save a set of softs for the race. Lap time number 1 in Q2 is an 18.6. On a worn set, a 10th slower, which is not bad actually. Track evolution is growing, but we are going to, I think, probably try and sneak through, if it's possible, on a worn set to try and save that set of softs for the race, because obviously we'll be able to use this set of softs for Q3 if we get through. So there's a couple of tenths in a new set, but I'm going to try and get through on this worn set if we can. And if we find out that we are a little bit too competitive, well, that just makes for a more entertaining episode 1 to the series, doesn't it? And then we'll make things more difficult for episode 2 onwards. Might as well start by having a little bit of fun, mightn't we? No, you don't need softs. But in case there's a safety car or anything. We've gone with the harder tyre sets. We'll have 2 sets of hards and then mediums. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone out again in Q1, you're right. But because I did, it is what it is.
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
Well, let's go then. Matthew, thank you for extending your stay on the channel to a 9th month. Happy Twitch baby, my friend. Provisionally through, but we won't be with the lap time we did. We were provisionally 5th in Q1 and ended up 10th, so... Come on in. What we got? Not much if I'm going that deep there, probably. That's a Walters. Good. Well done. Everybody's crossed the line. And we are still ninth. There's a handful of drivers that didn't go out again, including, you'll notice, George Russell, who currently sits 11th. So the bigger story over a Jaguar racing car in Q3 is both Mercedes drivers out already. It's P8 in Q2. But the bigger story is George Russell out. And are there more that didn't go out for a second run that also didn't get through? Both Ferrari through, both Red Bull, both McLarens, it looks like. It's just George Russell. Jack Doohan is out in the Alpine. Webber 15th, which is a very good showing. Again, we did an 18.5, which seems to be the glass ceiling of the car at this stage. Both Aston Martins in 12th and 14th. Both Alpines out as well. And the second of the Mercedes. But Esteban Ocon through in a Haas. Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon both through. And the Williams is a surprise. There are... Oh, I put it this way. There's more than one car that shouldn't necessarily be in Q3 that's in Q3. And we're still significantly off those at the front. Who, again, will take another step for the third round of qualifying. And I don't know as I've got another step in me at this stage. We might be able to squeak an 18.2 or 3 at best. Wah, 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 wah. You get 24 gearboxes, Harry. You can have a new gearbox every round of the championship this year. I know Grosjean finished either 5th or 6th in Haas's first Grand Prix. Could someone quickly Google for me where the two Haas drivers qualified for that Australian Grand Prix in 2016 or whenever it was? Is this my drive out lap or my flying lap? This is my flying lap, isn't it? I've been pootling around. This is my flying lap. I'm an idiot. That's a Walters. 2017 was it, Harry? I knew it was there or thereabouts. They qualified 8th and 13th. Max is into the 6s, sorry, 16s. That's a step that we're not going to be able to get close to. Went at me again. I've got a puncture, lol.
We're seeing major front wing damage. Box, box, box.
I've not had that happen before.
Box. We've had to spend time repairing the damage to
I
the
now
car.
can't use that set because it was punctured. That's cool. Yeah, Max is a bit quick, isn't he, really?
Right, the car's ready. Let's get it out there.
Morning, Sid. How are we, lad? Oh, 19th and 20th in 2016 for Haas. And they finished 5th and 6th. Or finished... Grosjean finished 5th, didn't he? Sixth. Across the line, it was like, this is a win for us, guys. This is a win. I've got a Red Bull behind me. Hello, mate. Go on, you. Go on, Yuki Loud. Yeah, all good, thank you, Sid. Hope you're well, mate. Fifth in a DNF in the race. Sorry, sixth in a DNF in the race. Oh, K-Mag. No, it was Esteban Gutierrez back in the day, wasn't it? At the beginning of Haas. Grosjean and Gutierrez. Lando with a 16.8. Put him on current provisional pole. Yuki's had made a mistake somewhere and he's actually giving his lap up. Wow. Yuki Tsunoda abandoning his lap here in Q3. I didn't quite see what happened to Yuki, but whatever it wasn't great. Nor is it to me around the final turn. That is lack of concentration there. We're going to cross the line in an 18.7. Definitely lost time around that final turn, just dipping a wheel in the grass, trying to get a better angle for the corner to put the power down onto the main straight. It will be a P10 start for Cali Meyer here in the Australian Grand Prix.
Well, that wraps up
I might maybe have been able to get ahead of both the Williams, but
as we head into the Grand Prix.
potentially Esteban, but I don't know whether there was 4 tenths in that, or 3.5 at the very least. All right, well, P10 is still pretty good. We'll take that, but we're nowhere near those two McLarens or Max Verstappen, are we? Fair play to Lewis Hamilton putting it P4 in the Ferrari, but Lando on pole for the Aussie Grand Prix. Hey, Jameson, thank you for the follow, mate. Won't be adding you on Discord, sorry, pal. Oh, that was Yuki's in lap, was it? My bad. I thought Yuki had abandoned his lap. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Well, to the race. Maverick, thank you for the follow, mate.
The winter is over. It's time for Formula One 2025. Yes, that long break that you've all been coping with so well. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like.
With it being the first Grand Prix of the season, you imagine nobody's taking a penalty, other than, of course, Bortoletto for the illegal blocking, so he will definitely be starting last. So ordinarily, I'd give you a full grid rundown to see who's where, but you've seen every session, so you know who's where. Sainz, Albon, and me! Oh, well, and Calimea. So the grid will look as you saw it in qualifying with no changes to it. Strategically,
Okay, here we go.
medium, hard, medium is supposedly the best way to go about it, or medium, medium, hard. There's a 10th in it. Now, what everyone else is starting on will determine that. There's a lot of hard runners, or more hard runners than I thought there would be. But with rain expected at the end of the race, we might take a risk and go medium, medium to try and be as quick as possible until the rain. And that rain may well come earlier than lap 54 or something. And we might end up not touching the hard tyre at all, or at the very least spending little time on the hard tyre rather than doing a full stint on it. So I'm going to go with that one. We'll start with 1 lap's worth of extra fuel. We anticipate being lapped, really, by one of the McLarens or Max Verstappen, etc. So in theory, that's technically 2 laps worth of extra fuel, because we'd only have to do a lap less. So I'm happy with the setup. I'm happy with a medium-medium 2-stop strategy. I'm intrigued by the larger number of hard-tired runners. There was a soft one in there as well, in Nico Hulkenberg, trying something completely different in the Sauber. But starting P10, I certainly don't expect to finish in the points. But starting there, we will cling on to it as long as we can. And obviously, with rain coming, then who knows what could happen. Well, I'm just going to go for a quick toilet break chat whilst we give you a prediction. On Twitch, at least. Where will Ches finish? I'll say will we get points or not, because who knows what will happen in the rain. But I'm going to give you a quick toilet break, and I will be back in a moment. You've not done anything special so far, Daniel. Just regular F1 content stuff. Which way did you guys go with the predictions still running? Still got 30 seconds left. Get in there, boys. Get in there. Which way we going? I went with hard, Daniel. But I think actually it might have given me a medium, because I've got 2 mediums. So I'm sure I selected the hardest tyre compound set. Maybe I didn't confirm it. But I've got a medium compound set, so it is what it is. Right, let's see which way you guys went with that prediction, shall we? Let's have a look. Hey, bad what? 50k from Saul on getting points, 30k from Ryan, Jaffa with 25k, Jordan with 25k for no points, and David Enke trying to make 130 grand from £10 if we DNF for whatever reason, for competitiveness, etc. Caught hand, foot and mouth of your niece. What's... I thought only sheep got foot and mouth. Or sheep and cattle. What's hand, foot and mouth for a human? That's a new one for me. It's a kid's disease, is it? Apparently not, mate. It's been a joy. Oh, so foot and mouth is hand, foot and mouth. Common child gets better when it's a sore throat, high temperature, not wanting to eat, mouth ulcers, a raised rash of spots on the hands and feet, sometimes the groin area and bottom. Oh, so it's just like a viral infection. Can't take antibiotics and medicines to cure it. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all. And another reason why I'm glad we don't send... oh, it's bacterial, is it? Not viral. Should you go to club shop at Villa Park, so he's probably got it from there. Spot the Birmingham fan. Another reason why I'm glad we don't send you to nursery. Yeah, foot and mouth. Foot and mouth is the cattle disease. Sheep and cows. But hand, foot and mouth is kids, is it? Yikes. No, thank you. Unsurprisingly, kids like to well, kids touch everything with hands, with they put everything in their mouths, so it's no surprise that it spreads with kids. Your little one had it as well, did he, John? The only thing that Jude has caught, like that kind of thing, if you know what I mean, like a generic nursery spread thing, he's had conjunctivitis once. And he picked up DMV at someone's birthday party. Went to a birthday party of someone who was like 1 or 2 or something, and picked up DMV, which was not fun for Nat. Thankfully, I didn't catch it, but Nat and Jude had DNV. And Jude had conjunctivitis once as well. Now all you feel in your ankle. Well, that doesn't sound great. You wait all that time, and hopefully it eases, dude. I'm just cooling the office down a little bit because it's 28 degrees in here right now, but it's not going to get much better, is it really? As soon as I turn it off, it'll take like 3 minutes to be as hot as it was, so... That's what happens when you use the consoles. Happens when you use the consoles. When does Battlefield 6 actually come out, by the way? I've seen loads of people playing the beta. October 10th. I love a Battlefield campaign. We will absolutely play loads of the we'll do the Battlefield campaign on stream. Second beta weekend starts on the 14th, so in 2 days' time. We might play some of it over the weekend then. There was a closed beta this past weekend, wasn't there? Well, not closed, but you know what I mean. Like an invite-only beta. I don't know whether to play it on Xbox or PlayStation, to be honest. Because I've got the. I don't know if the scuff really makes a difference on Battlefield, does it? It's more of a COD thing, isn't it? So I'll probably play it on Xbox, I'd imagine. I'd rather not play it on PC. I'd play it on PC with a controller, but mouse and keyboard people will fucking annihilate me. So.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
I don't know why I'm so much quicker with this default save to the old default save. Busy reading chat. I have always enjoyed Battlefield as a casual shooter. Battlefield with a full squad in like a conquest can be some of the most fun you can have as a group. Some of my best gaming memories are Battlefield 1 as part of a whole squad. Battlefield 1 was so good. It's the last Battlefield I really actively played. Yeah, same. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and Battlefield 1, the last Battlefields I played with a group of friends.
Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
Here we go then. Jaguar Racing F1 team's first Grand Prix. Bit of wheel spin, but not a bad start. George has had a dodgy start on his hard tyres. I'm going to have to get out of the throttle here a little bit, but I could throw it up the inside of Alex Albon there, and I've tried. But he's got the better drive on me out of the corner. We're ahead of the... Oh, good. Didn't expect Albon to move so quickly to cross to the right. So Jaguar Racing's second... Oh, long hold. Jaguar Racing's first Grand Prix. Sees us get level with Albon at the start. But because we're on the inside, we'll have to go early on the brakes. Expecting the top 6 to disappear a little bit. Albon has gotten around me there. Russell and Gasly both on the hards behind, vying for position. Just going to go a little bit defensive. I'm more worried about getting overtaken than I am overtaking here. Just shut the door on Gasly. Ocon and Sainz are side by side here, and already those front 6 are getting away a little bit. There's the Williams fights with the Haas. And to get out of the throttle there to avoid going into the back of the Williams. Damage is on simulation, which is the highest level it could be. So there will be significant damage taken from incidents, etc. Hopefully we don't encounter significant damage. Hopefully lots of other drivers do. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Still P10 for the time being. Holding our own at the moment. And lap 1 has been okay. I might actually get a little bit brave here on the Williams. Didn't leave him lots of racing room, but it was a borderline move that would have been deemed legal. Because the normal racing line is actually out on the curb there at that corner. And we are up into P9 for the time being. Now, straight line speed does tend to be a weakness against the AI, and especially in the early
within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
The early seasons when you've got a heavy, draggy car in my team. But so far, so good. We expect rain. Quite a bit of it, to be honest, when it does come. But hopefully it holds off till at least the 3/4 stage of the race. I want to be in DRS range here, though, to ensure we get the best possible start to the race. Losing DRS early on is an absolute killer, so let's not have that happen to us.
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
We're very much with the pack. Those front 6 actually haven't disappeared as I thought they would. We are well over half a second slower than the McLaren out front. I believe it's Oscar Piastri leading his own Grand Prix, and Lando Norris has actually lost some positions. He started on pole and he's down to 4th. Lando starting on pole and not having a good start. That's not realistic, is it? Oh no, wait, it's probably the most realistic thing that could have happened. How's the teammate doing? Mark Webber started 15th, is running 15th. Nico on his softs has made a position. Gavi Bortoletto's made a move or two on those medium tyres, and the V-carbs at the minute seem to be the weakest car. But right now, we are having a decent debut. Not much movement, but to be fair, the biggest winner/loser is actually Lando, isn't it, right now? We're all right so far. Give it time. It can all unravel very, very quickly, and ordinarily does for me. But enjoying life at Jaguar Racing after a very few minimal racing laps. He says when he hits the wall. Gonna be in trouble now. Use a bit of battery to try and defend. A bit deeper on the brakes. Is he going to be brave? Up the inside. He's giving it a go, is Alex Albon. He's forced me wide here, just as I did to him. And he has retaken the place. Still side by side here. I'm going to try and hold my own through here. I'm going to have DRS, thankfully. And we've held it. We've kept position, but then a little bit of a tail slide on the way out the corner. We've lost touch with those in front. Now Albon is more concerned with Russell behind him than me. And that's given us a little bit of a reprieve there. And now hopefully with DRS here as well, we can catch up to that group in front, have it down the next part of the track. Albon and Russell now out of DRS range behind. So Alex Albon's gone from maybe getting P9 back to maybe losing P10 to the car behind him. Oh, I'm not going to be in DRS range here. So we run the risk of dropping off those in front now, which is not ideal. Try and use a bit of battery to stay as close to them as I can. But we do have a relatively comfortable gap behind now as they continue to fight there and continue to fall off. I need to get back to this group in front if I can. Could be race critical. Just out of muscle memory, I went to hit DRS there.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
I hadn't even looked at tyre wear. It's alright at the minute. I'll have to save my battery a bit. And then hope to catch Esty Bestie if we can. That's better.
The car ahead starting to create a gap. They're just starting to pull away from us now.
Not really gaining much battery back here, am I? I think Carlos Sainz might have an issue. Sainz has just dropped considerably back from the group in front. We're not quite in DRS range, unfortunately, but Sainz was almost a second ahead of Esteban Ocon, and he's now right back with Esteban. Ah, I tell you what's happened. Sainz has lost DRS.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
On the Ferrari in front of him, which has made him vulnerable now to Esteban. The front six have started to stretch that advantage with their just better cars. And now Esteban's able to actually think about attacking Sainz rather than just following him as part of a DRS train. And as they scrap, we're getting a little bit closer. As Albon and Russell continues to scrap behind, we get a little bit further away. We're still not thinking about pitting for another 10 laps or so. But, so far, it's not been a bad showing to this point. They are side by side, and Esteban is through on Carlos Sainz. Now, Sainz is going to have just a similar opportunity to get Esteban back when he now has DRS and Ocon doesn't. So this fight isn't over. This isn't Esteban Ocon taking the position and disappearing. This is probably going to be a bit of a yo-yo scenario now, but I'm involved. As we've now gotten ourselves within DRS range, as they've lost loads of time, Russell has now seemingly gotten far enough away from Albon to be quite safe from DRS. He's got about 0.6 of a second now, and he is closing on me and quickly in that Mercedes as his tyres are going to become the better compound to be on. As hours get more and more worn, these are going to be the better compound, the better tyre to be on. He will have less wear and will be able to maintain a higher average speed and more consistent, quicker lap times. Mercedes will be with us soon. But we're still with those in front. So hoping still for a points finish if we're lucky. Big lock-up from Esteban Ocon. I've run into the back of Sainz there as a result, as everyone slammed the anchors on.
Behind that front wing, it's going to need replacing.
We have taken,
it takes too much damage.
We have taken a bit of damage there to the front wing as a result. Hopefully that doesn't affect performance too much. Just have a quick look and see how much damage it is. Is it a full end plate? It is a full end plate. The side of the wing is now missing. That's not going to help at all. We might end up boxing slightly earlier than planned and actually running the hard tyre to go a bit longer on that next stint as a result of that damage. Hopefully it's something we can mitigate, but it's not ideal. Joe, thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome to the channel, pal. There's yellow flags at the back. Someone's retiring, I think. Don't know who it is. Looks like it might be a Mercedes. It's Kimi Antonelli. He's going to retire from the Grand Prix. We presume that's just a mechanical failure rather than anything more untoward. That's going to be George Russell. Is that Russell back there? Yeah, Russell now behind Albon again. And the other Mercedes is back here. I thought that Mark Webber was causing a bit of a DRS strain, but actually he's got a bit of a gap back there to some of the others. And this is Kimi Antonelli, whose engine has very much given up there. Now that shouldn't cause any sort of virtual safety car or safety car. He's probably just going to pull off to the side and park by Marshall's post just like that. And they'll be able to retrieve that car relatively quickly by the time everyone else gets back round. So that's not going to be a VSC or anything. We have lost, as you might well imagine, a little bit of performance, but not a giant amount at the moment. We're still close enough to Sainz and Ocon, but rather evidently Albon and Russell have closed up behind us and brought Pierre Gasly with them. The Alpine is the car with the better sounding engine, but that Renault powertrain just isn't quick enough to really consider at the moment for Season 1. In between seasons, obviously the powertrain stats change, and hopefully at some point we will be able to run a Renault powertrain because it just sounds the best. But this Red Bull one is pretty good thus far, and for the time being I'm going to try and hold my own against Albon, but obviously now they're in DRS range, and whilst I've got some wing damage, they're going to try and make the most of it. We're in P9 at the moment.
Caution, caution.
Now I don't know whether to try and fight here, tooth and nail, and let Ocon and Sainz get away and just hold position, or whether I just need to box and get the wing changed. But whilst I can hold off those behind, I think I'm probably better off staying out for the time being.
The track is clear.
Trying
flag.
to ensure we can maybe get a P9 at the end of the race. Want to box on lap 18 at the minute, but we may well have to dip for a hard tyre on lap 13 potentially and get that front wing changed. Albon is going for it. Still, I'm holding my own here as best I can, but it is at the detriment of the fight with those two in front, who have already extended another 2 seconds, up to 3.5 now. But we're still P9, and my elbows are firmly out. Trying my best to be defensive here. We've gotten the job done continually. Oscar Piastri is disappearing out front, isn't he? Lando tucked up behind the two Red Bull. Oh, hello. Lando tucked up behind the two Red Bull, not able to make an impact on Yuki or Max. Albon's going to make an impact on me here, isn't he?
7.7 seconds.
He's backed out of it. It's costing us loads of time to those in front, though. Where will I come out if I box? Dead last. I think I might do it. I think I might just have to bite the bullet, take the hit, before those in front get too far away. We will box early onto a set of hards rather than going medium. And we'll see if we can get ourselves a little bit of an undercut if possible. There are those obviously that are currently running a hard tyre and will be going longer anyway, so our undercut on them will be better than those on the mediums. So whilst it's obviously painful, it might not cost us as much as it potentially could.
Okay,
we are going to box this lap. We come in for our first Jaguar racing pit stop of our career. Gonna change the wing. Gonna get new tyres. And try and recover the situation.
Okay, go, go, go.
Nico's actually in behind me as well.
Okay, one stop to go. Just one stop left in this strategy.
So, Hulkenberg only doing 14 laps on his softs. What's he going to next? That will be intriguing. You'd imagine mediums, but it looks like he's actually gone soft here, Nico Hulkenberg. That is a surprise. But if he's going to have quite a bit of pace now on a set of fresh soft tyres, he'll probably catch me. But if we can stick with him in his DRS, we can actually benefit from a bit of that soft tyre pace. But he's got 6 seconds to try and close the gap yet. So by the time he gets to me, his soft tyres might have fallen off already. 11.5 seconds to the car in front. So we've got plenty of clean air to just pump the lap times in now. Hopefully, we can gain some of that time back again.
Right, a gap.
The bug in the old save, Roman, is that if you upgrade the tyre wear or the fuel efficiency too far, particularly the tyre wear, then you become completely uncompetitive. Your tyre wear's astronomically too high and you can't get it back again. That's the issue.
To the teammate ahead of us, 16.2 seconds.
Ads, the Cali pit in radio call, is that when it happens organically rather than me actually asking to box? Is that when they just call me in? Because I was kind of hoping, when I asked to box there, I was kind of hoping for a Cali Mayor radio call, to be honest. Yeah, brake upgrades can be a bit dodgy too, especially if you run ABS off. The brakes can be very sensitive to locking up the tyres with ABS off with more than one upgrade on it. So we're going to look to not upgrade the brakes. We're going to look to do, well, we're going to do one upgrade on the brakes, one upgrade on fuel efficiency, and maybe 2 on the tyres. Yes, FX, this is a brand new save. Yeah, when they call you in for a planned pit stop, I presumed as much once I asked the thing and didn't get a radio call.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 5.2 seconds.
Intriguingly, one of the Rebel has boxed. Yuki's gone medium, and he's done it early. That is, lap 15 is early. We were planned to stop on lap 16. Sorry, 18. So for Yuki to go on 15 is surprising. We've chomped on the time of those in front of us. The gap to my teammate when I came out of the pits was about 16 seconds. It's nowhere near that now. And still, Russell, Albon, Gasly, etc. are fighting so hard that actually Alonso and Stroll are catching them too. Even my
We
teammate
need to catch up with the car
is
ahead.
starting
Gap
to
is currently around
close
5
in.
seconds.
on that gaggle. Now, if I ask about teammate here,
Gap to your teammate
13.8.
ahead,
We're taking 3 seconds out of our
13.8
teammate
seconds.
already.
Okay, they're on old hard tyres.
And he's
They're
on the
in 14th
hards.
place.
So he's going a little bit
Last
further
lap,
along.
1 minute 24.4.
1:24.4. We'll see what our lap time is this lap and how we're comparing. I've made a couple of mistakes on it, but it's still going to be a relatively competitive lap time. 24.4. And he's got DRS as well, I think. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have DRS. 24.4. We've done a 22.9. So, yeah, we are much quicker at the minute than those that are on old tyres. And we're hoping that actually the rain coming means that this undercut is more effective than it would have been if it was a full dry race. But we're not expecting the rain till at least lap 45, I wouldn't have thought. So we are scheduled to box again
Tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
on lap 37-ish. So we're on these for a while, but hopefully they will be good for that full stint. And we'll change tyre again before the weather. As Qatar boxes from right in front of me. Gives me DRS in the meantime. He's the first of those on lap 17 to go in. Like I say, was expecting most people in on 18 or 19. So it was a shock to see Yuki in as early as he was. But maybe he's trying to do something strategically against his teammate and Lando Norris, who has actually dropped off the back of Max Verstappen now. So I wonder whether it was Yuki that was holding them both up. Now he's gone. Max is starting to close in on Piastri, but Lando can't quite cope with it. Not sure what tyre compounds are on each of those drivers at the front as well, though, to be fair. Some might be on mediums, some might be on hards. So there is a lot of differing strategies at play right now, including ours to Gabby Bortoletto. He's on very worn mediums. We're on relatively fresh hards. This should be candy from baby. Up the inside. Toodaloo, sir. Thank you. Job done. Let's crack on. On after Liam Lawson we go. Lawson's boxing, as are a number of others.
Piastri stopping now.
Lots of drivers in, actually. We're up to P15 now. And actually ahead of Albon, you'll notice they're behind it as well. So Albon got past us, or was at least with us when we boxed for our wing damage, and we've now gained 6.6 seconds on him. He has put another set of medium tyres on, so he's going to be very quick. But our undercut has been quite strong there. And our hard tyres at the minute
Okay, gap to the car
are lasting
ahead,
relatively well.
2.7 seconds.
I am going to have to take them a long way, but hopefully we find out about the weather as soon as possible, so that if we do need to stop again, we can do it early enough so that we get a full medium, or as much out the medium tyre as possible, basically, before we then need to box for intermediate tyres. And it did say it was probably going to be heavy enough to warrant a switch to intermediate tyres, so there's plenty of strategy at play here, and that's before you even factor in that weather that is on its way. Not quite going to be close enough to doing here for DRS, I don't think. No, we're not. But he might well box in front of us. No, he's on a hard tyre, so he's not. But there are others in the pits, as you can see. Alonso and presumably Ocon. Yep, Ocon's in and out. Sainz is in and out. Sainz is right here. Do I go for it on doing? I might. I'm gonna. Bit of a lock-up from... So I want to stick with Carlos here. I don't want to lose Carlos Sainz. If he's got fresh medium tyres, I want to try and stay in his DRS and get dragged along.
Brilliant, nice move.
And seeing
Keep
off...
going.
Seeing off Jack Doohan as quickly as we did could be what saves our race. But I am going to have to stick with Sainz to be able to fully save my race. That was a very important overtake on Jack Doohan. Front runners are in now. A Ferrari has kept going and for the time being leads the race. We're in Sainz's DRS. So far, so good. So far, never mind. Little mistake in commentary, and that is Sainz disappearing on me. We have come out in front of Russell, though.
2.3 seconds.
I'm going to have DRS here as well. I've still got quite a bit of battery, so I can try and get myself back within DRS and rescue the situation again. 2.5 seconds to Russell. When he catches me, he'll be quick as well. So we can try and cling on to the Mercedes too, if possible. Carlos does look like he's dropped me, but that's on me for a mistake at the final corner. He do appear to be faster in a straight line though, which is intriguing. F125 is your first experience with the franchise. Should you expect these issues to be patched, or should you just live with it? Traditionally, those, particularly the brakes and the tyre wear, those issues have been a thing for a number of years now. I don't know why it's not been patched or fixed, or whether they even know what the issue is, which is why it hasn't. But it's been reported for about 3 or 4 years now. So you just have to be tactical with how and what you upgrade. I'm really surprised that we're as fast in a straight line as we are against the Williams. But I'm not going to complain. It's definitely got us in the traction zones, that's for sure. In a straight line, we're actually able to live with the Williams. Trying to save some battery here so then I can use it in a chunk to get back up to Carlos's DRS range. I hear that, yeah, it's not shown on my thingy yet, bear with. I will say thank you in a moment. And the thank yous to Leonie for the 76th month, and there is our vroom, our customary vroom. I'd say was it cooler today out in the Astro, but it wasn't. I know already that it wasn't. Starting to struggle with traction on the rear now. 15% on the rear left.
Okay, the car ahead's beginning to pull away. You know what to do.
Yeah, be better. Unfortunately, I'm not sure I've got much better in me. I've not been out yet. Got a 7 PM kickoff. Is that a league game or an FA Trophy game? But it's meant to be 29 degrees at that point. Feel ill just thinking about it, yeah. At least you're not out on the pitch running around, to be fair. National League Cup. Is that the FA Trophy? Or is that a new car? I've never heard of the National League Cup. Is that a new competition? It's a shite competition started last season. There you go. Just as if there aren't enough games already for lower league clubs, here's another new competition. As well as FA Trophy and FA Vase. Sainz has caught my teammate in front, who's still out on his first stint, running a lofty P8 currently. So as it stands, both Jaguar Racing cars are in the points. Although obviously Webber hasn't stopped yet.
So all of our tyre pressure data.
Oh, that's good. He's gone defensive here against Carlos. If you can fight this as hard as possible, Mark, I'd love that, mate.
Shouldn't be anything to worry about.
He has fought it as hard as he can. Hasn't quite brought us back within DRS range yet, though, unfortunately. But we are now back within DRS range. So we will have it here to help us defend against George Russell. Mark is boxing right now. That is probably the best thing you could possibly have done, Mark, to be honest. Means I don't have to struggle to try and overtake you. I'm going to get 2 DRS zones here to try and catch on Sainz. I fancy Russell to back out of this, and he does. I might be better served letting George go here and trying to ride on his coattails up to the back of Carlos Sainz, but we'll see what happens over the next lap or so. A little bit deep in the braking zone. Running P9 though, and that is everybody in front of us at least. Everybody that we're racing with at least, having done their first stop. So we are, strategically, this is our net position now. I have a feeling George is going to come and get me either now or into the next braking zone.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap
Slightly
ahead,
defensive.
1.7 seconds.
He drove into me there, but it hasn't cost me any damage. My tyres are knackered, but it hasn't cost me any damage there. Not sure who drove into who, or who drifted into who, but Callie put a hand up in complaint that George had made contact with the car. He'll have me into turn 1 this time, though. I'm sure of it. So I'm not very good at the final sector here in Australia, and this is going to be George through.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 18.2 seconds.
Right, let's try and stay with George in his slipstream and get back to Carlos Sainz, whose medium tyres are going to be, you know, getting on a bit now. It's going to be nearly halfway through that second stint. We are going to get DRS off George here. 3 seconds to Carlos at the minute, but that will come down, I'm sure of it. Really surprised that Russell has been as slow as he has. Either way, average attendance in this cup last season was 500. Yep, because the fans don't give a shit about it. Same in the EFL Trophy. Fans don't care and purposefully boycott the competition.
The car ahead is a second a lap faster than you. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Just gonna have a quick toilet break, chat, if you don't mind. I will be back in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna cool the office down a little bit whilst we do it too. BRB. Would anybody like a Kit Kat? Because go on. Dark chocolate mint Kit Kats are the best ever. Talk to me. Oh, and cooler, please. Dark chocolate mint Kit Kats are the fucking one, mate. That's the wrong controller, Chaz. It's confused me. Now we've swapped controllers for between the Xbox and the PC. I keep picking up the wrong one.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done.
That is excellent news. That proves the point that sitting in someone else's DRS in front, even though we're on a harder compound, so in theory a slower tyre, on a more worn tyre, we're actually gaining time. That said, I'm about to lose DRS on George Russell,
No tyre
so I might
concern
not have
at
it
the
for
moment,
long.
Just focus on the driving.
But the gap to Carlos Sainz is very slowly coming down. And to be fair, I'm a little bit further behind George than I was. So as you can see, as I get a little closer, the gap to Carlos is genuinely coming down. 2.5 now to the Williams. And his tyres are going to continually deteriorate on those mediums. We are 25% worn ourselves now. And looking to go another 10 laps on this set. Which is still a long way, but if we can stick in someone's DRS the whole time, then, or most of the time, absolute dreamland for us on debut this so far. And it seems race pace is manageable at 104 for sure, so I would be inclined,
Car ahead starting to create a
genuinely,
gap. They're just starting to pull away from us now.
to up the difficulty for round 2 of the season from 104 to at least 105. We'll take it step at a time. There's no point jumping too high too quickly and then just lapping around at the back for a whole race. That's no fun for anybody, especially at 100% race distance. Oh man, keep it under control, Noid. Yeah, we'll play it by ear, round by round, Corey. Oh, just beautiful. Back in DRS. We're in and out of it at the minute. And I'm able to manage it slightly with battery usage, but my battery's running low, so I really need to concentrate now to ensure that we stay within range of George Russell. Now you can see definitely the gap to Carlos Sainz is coming down. Also gaining on Esteban Ocon too in P7 right now. This is going remarkably well.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
It's Australia, Bahrain, Saudi, right? No, Australia, China, Bahrain, Saudi. Australia, China, Bahrain, Saudi? Or Australia, China, Japan, Bahrain, Saudi? I can't remember. Might be Australia, China, Japan, Bahrain, Saudi. Just lost half a second out of nowhere and I don't really know why. Australia, China, Japan, yeah. Bahrain, Saudi, Miami, yeah.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 1.8 seconds. Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Tsunoda's in the pits.
Yuki's in the box again. Yuki is out of the box again, right behind me. Now our tyre wear from our earlier stop is really starting to kick in now, as you can see, and you can tell by the gaps too. But Sainz and Russell are now very much with the Haas of Ocon in front. So hopefully they will all start to slow each other up now and come back towards me a little bit. Alonso's gained by about half a second. Just over, and he's going to have DRS now off Yuki as well, which isn't particularly ideal for me. Running P9, hoping to finish P10 at the end of the race and take home a World Championship point for Jaguar on second debut. But Ocon has just been passed by Sainz, and Russell's now right behind him too, and Esteban Ocon might be about to lose 2 positions in the space of a couple of corners here. Russell is up the inside of him. No, he wasn't. I got the cars the other way around. He wasn't up the inside of him. And Ocon maintains the position for now. We'll be boxing in 5 laps' time as we cross the line. Lap 37. So hopefully take mediums as far as possible before the rain comes. Go on, Yuki. Much faster car, much faster tyres. Yellow flag behind.
They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position.
I think it might be my teammate. I'll be devastated if it is. I think it is. Or is that an Aston Martin? No, I think that's my teammate. Oh no! On debut, Mark Webber in the Jaguar car, retires. No, Mark! Sadness. Devastated. It will only be a single Chesnoid Racing, that's the old save, and habit of getting the better of me. It will be just the one Jaguar Racing F1 team car that finishes this Australian Grand Prix. But to be fair, on Haas's debut, they got a P6 and a DNF. We've got the DNF. We're not going to get the P6. Yeah, that's fair enough, Magpie. I don't know anyone that genuinely likes the Miami Grand Prix circuit. There might be some out there that like it because they're fast at it and it's one of their better circuits, but I don't know anyone that genuinely thinks it's a great racetrack.
Okay, clear. And gap to the car in front, 2.2 seconds. Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
Alonso's going to be past me here. We box as we cross the line next lap, so we've got lap 36 and lap 37 to do before we pit. Still no word on the weather. The clouds are maybe building up a little bit, but not massively.
No threat of rain for the time
And they're still
being.
saying no
Conditions
threat
look
of rain.
good. Dry's definitely seem like the fastest
If
car at the
the
moment.
rain comes, and I think it might be an if, it might not actually be heavy enough to warrant a change of tyre. We may well just run the whole race on dry tyres. Now, as we have done with every car that has been in front of us at any given point, we try and leech off the DRS. It's Alonso now that we're leeching from. Might actually go for the move here. Just such as the overspeed. Have the position back again. It's a purple middle sector, so fast were we there.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Back into the points in P10. I think it's going to be ourselves versus Fernando for a points finish, really. Yuki's on a terrible strategy. He's boxed for softs. He's on a 3-stop, Yuki Tsunoda. That's not going to see him get anywhere near the podium, I don't think, at all, when he was previously. Part of the potential fight. He might not even get a top 5. I'd go as far as to say I think Yuki will finish behind both Ferrari.
Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap.
Copy.
Thank you, Kelly. She knows what's what. We're in this lap. No worries, lads. 2 stopping jump, 2 stopping mainly. I don't know anyone that's trying a 1-stop. I really don't know anyone that's trying a 1-stop. Nobody's trying a 1-stop. Literally nobody. No point in fighting this. Might as well just take the slipstream.
Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
Will do, Mark. Will do. So we're going to box now for mediums. They will take us to the end. A number of the current medium runners are medium harding. So they've run 2 sets of mediums already and have the slower tyre compound to go to next. Ocon is in front of us as well, and I believe he's going to be going to the hard tyre here too. He is indeed. So we are putting on what is, on paper, the faster tyre.
Okay, mate, that's it. Go,
But
go.
obviously it's going to wear quicker.
Okay, stay clear of the
So
white
now
line
it's a
on the
battle
exit.
of
We'll receive a penalty for dangerous
tyre
driving if you
preservation
cross onto the track.
to the end of the race. Who can get there as economically as possible on tyres, not fuel, because fuel is fine. Got Nico Hulkenberg right behind me now. So he's on his 2nd stop. I think he's got his 3rd stop to come.
We've got a lot of spare energy.
We
okay to use your
are still
overtake
running
button.
P13 here. 4.5 seconds behind Ocon, and he's the measuring stick, really. That's where points lie, is with Esteban Ocon. Not currently, but at the end of the race for sure. Alonso and a Williams in the pits. That's us past Alonso. And it's Sainz. It's just come out in front of Behrman, unfortunately for us. So he's not going to get held up by the Haas that hasn't yet boxed. That's annoying. That's a very well-timed pit stop from Williams. It's as close as you can get to getting it right or wrong. But just... they've managed to get it right. I have to hope that my medium tyres can get me far enough down the road away from Alonso so that he doesn't come back towards me later. We are in a net P10 as it stands. Bearman could box this up, that'd be lovely. He's not going to though, it's annoying. That is as lungy as it gets. But we know we've got a massive tyre advantage on Bearman, so we can brake much later and much harder. That's us through. It's 3.8 to Ocon now, so it is coming down. Not massively, but it is coming down. Was 4.5, so we've gained nearly a second in the last 3 laps or so. We're putting the work in. We just don't know yet if we're going to get the reward. Gasly in, and Russell too.
Piastri is
There's
in the
George.
pits.
We're past George Russell for the time being, and up into P9. Goes without saying though, George Russell is going to be quicker than us. We will lose that position again very quickly. Because the views are just better, Sid. Chesnoid Live experiment
Okay, no
didn't
issues
work.
with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Plus YouTube have changed the way that live and VOD content is shown on the YouTube channels. It used to previously affect how the VOD content did by streaming on the same channel. Now it doesn't. Streaming on this channel is making about twice as much as it was on the Chesnoid Live channel. It's not to say the Chesnoid Live channel was flush. I mean, I'm making 100 quid a month, not 50 quid a month, but it's 50 quid's 50 quid. So Sonoda has boxed again. Didn't run those softs for very long at all. He's now 2.4 seconds behind us. Really didn't run those softs for very long at all. When did he box on them? He ran them longer than I thought. Lap 32 is when he came out on them. But yeah, a 10 lap stint on softs. Is it really worth it? He's had a warning as well. So I'm not sure what that warning is for. For a collision with George Russell. Wow, so he's come out the pits and hit George. Charles has done the same with Doohan. Doohan's been in the wars because he's had a collision with Esteban Ocon as well. And Max had a collision with Piastri too. His bumper car's out there.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time. Rain in 10 minutes.
Right, he said just over 10 minutes. And when it's the first call is 10 minutes, it's normally about 15 to 20. I think we'll get to the end before rain, but I might be wrong. Lap 42 is when the call was made. We'll wait and see. Oh, Concentrate says we'll wait and see when it actually arrives. Running P8 currently, with P7 and P6 in front of us, but with two very quick drivers and cars directly behind us, and tyres that will go off before the end. I need to get these overtakes done on Sainz and Ocon if I can, as soon as possible, to try and maximise our potential finish. And then, if it does rain, you've got to get the switch to the intermediate tyre right. Otherwise, you'll absolutely screw yourself there. That's Jack doing getting lapped. He's going to park it on the apex. We're going to have to go round him. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate that, mate. It's going to cost us time trying to close in on Carlos Sainz. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful work getting out of the way there, sir. Could not have put it in a worse place at turn 1. We're still with Sainz. We're still with him. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get DRS. It's just the overtake has been delayed slightly. No, nothing really happened as. Yuki boxed, that was about it really.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
There's a rather fast Red Bull right behind me now. I'm going to have to get past Carlos Sainz in the next DRS zone. And hope that Yuki hasn't gotten me beforehand or doesn't do the same to me. We might both be able to get past Carlos in this next DRS zone, to be fair. It's not a bad way onto the quote-unquote straight. Onto the full throttle section. And now with DRS we should zip up behind and then zip past. Look around the outside. Squeezing it, but
okay, gap to the car in front.
getting it done.
2.1 seconds.
Let's go and get Ocon if we can. 2 seconds to the Haas. Here comes Yuki on Carlos Sainz behind. If they want to scrap, they are more than welcome to. But yeah, it's gone about as well as you would have expected for Carlos Sainz. Yuki Tsunoda is through without much of an issue at all. Rinse and repeat on Yuki versus me, I think. Now I don't have any DRS. There you go. Is it there you go? No, he's backed out of it. Alright, not there you go. Yellow flag. That might just be for the Sauber letting McLarens through, though, I think. 2 McLarens are neck and neck fighting it out for P2 and 3 at the minute. Max has just gotten past them both and is disappearing down the road for a victory here. Now, annoyingly, I'm going to be the one without DRS now. Still trying to get to Ocon, but my tyres are getting on a bit now with their wear. 17% on the front left, still with 14 laps to go. We are going to have to do the full race distance of 58 laps here, because we're not going to get lapped. We've got rain in Bahrain, yikes.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
The clouds are gathering, but 10 to 15 minutes still is the call. That's Ocon's coming down, but not a significant Red Bull threat here. The team that in real life replaced the one I'm currently driving for is now all over me. Although he might not be with me by the next turn. He might be actually into the next braking zone that he goes for it. Oh, wide there. A little bit of lack of front end grip in the change of direction, and there's just no point fighting this. Yuki is going to take the position. Just try and slot in behind him as best I can.
Try to stay with them.
As we've done all race long, try and leech off DRS. Carlos Sainz is getting tasty though. George Russell's right behind him as well. We have a big fight on our hands at the minute, gentlemen. For some World Championship points with a number of different drivers. Ocon's utilising this moment to try and get as far away down the road as he can, but he's not getting that far. Still only 2.5 to him. Alonso now past Sainz and battling with Russell. Oh my god, there's 3 back there. This is a 6-way fight for P6 at the minute.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
I did so, and it won't.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Fucking shite. 10 laps to go. We've officially caught Esteban Ocon. Yuki Tsunoda is going to have DRS now, and they're going to start fighting. We've actually got a really healthy gap behind because of the DRS off Yuki so far. Still 9 laps to go as we cross the line though, so there's a long way yet before this Grand Prix is over, and still the potential of rain to factor in as well, which I'll ask more about now.
It looks like rain
About
is
5
inbound, and
minutes.
we're expecting it in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes
Yikes.
until the rain. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the
I
moment.
think we... I don't know. It depends how hard it falls. We will get rain before the end, but will it be hard enough to warrant stopping? Or could we tiptoe through on the tyres we're on and actually make it to the end without having to stop for intermediates? I hesitate to commit to an answer to that question. Jaguar is out, but that's going to be, by the looks of things, just a straightforward engine go pop, is it? Or has he had an accident? No, engine go pop. There you go. The exact same place as the car that retired earlier on. Yuki's now past Ocon as well. And with a little bit of luck and battery, we might get ourselves into DRS of Ocon too.
Caution,
And I
caution.
need to, really, because otherwise Esteban is going to use the DRS of Tsunoda to get away from me and use my own tactic against me. Which I think he might well be about to do, unfortunately. Which is not ideal. But my tyres are
Green
obviously
flag.
nearly 30% now on the left-hand side. Russell and Alonso are coming. That P10 is looming. There's a Williams not far behind Alonso either. Today's FC video has gone live, by the way. It went live at midday today, episode 1 of season 2 at Sunderland, in the comments of which I am looking for feedback, please. So if you haven't watched it and left a comment, please do, because we're going to be recording episode 2 after this race.
Five minutes until rainfall expected. 5 minutes until rain. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 2.5 seconds. We're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes.
Cheers, lads. Yuki and Esteban are actually really going for it here.
Small amount of time to the car behind. Let's keep pushing.
And whilst I've not been in DRS, car behind isn't closing that quickly. Still 5 laps to go with rain drops imminent. But Ocon and Tsunoda are fighting, and it's bringing them back towards me. Well, there is half a second gap now, but it's a big DRS section that's coming. I mean, don't rule us out of a P10. Don't rule us out of a P6. Anywhere in between. These two have a coming together. That'd be delicious. That's DRS range on these two now. Now's when the rain absolutely messes everything up. 4 laps to go as we cross the line. 55, 6, 7 and 8. Come on, boys. Let's have a strong finish. I have seen a raindrop. That's all so far. It's just a little bit of drizzle. It's spitting. At this stage, it's not enough to warrant any sort of consideration for a change of tyres. It's just getting to the end. Whilst it might not rain hard enough to need to change tyres, it might rain hard enough that DRS is disabled, and that will kill any potential we have of progressing, because I definitely don't have the pace without DRS to compete with those in front, and I'd probably fall closer, and quite quickly closer, into those behind as well. 3 laps to go. The tension is there right now, and Esteban is feeling it, and he wants to get himself in front of Yuki before they disable DRS. And he's done it. Through that DRS zone, Ocon gets himself P6 again. Yuki Tsunoda was nailed on for a top 4 on the pace of the car, but by doing a 3-stop strategy, he's guaranteed himself a P6 at best. I don't understand what Red Bull are doing with the 3-stop for Yuki. It's not fair on him. And that second Red Bull
Use your overtake button more. It's time to
seat
utilise
curse
that.
continues. I've got 1.7 to Russell. I've actually got 4.4, 4.5 to Alonso. We will finish top 9 today. But whether it's any further than 9th, I still couldn't commit, even though there's only a lap and a half to go, and we're currently 8th. It is very slippery out here now on these worn medium tyres. In this damp, greasy track.
Okay, this is your final lap.
43% wear on the left-hand side. This is Callie Mayer's final lap of her first Grand Prix as a Jaguar driver. And we've got George Russell chasing us down very quickly indeed. This is why having DRS on those in front has been so important, because you will watch the gap to George tumble on this final lap. It's just a case of, can he get close enough to make the overtake before the lap of the circuit is finished. Max Verstappen wins the Grand Prix as we were only 29 seconds into the lap. It was 2/3 of the way towards lapping us. Fuel is fine, even though it's flashing. There's no problem there. Russell has DRS. I'm shutting up and I'm concentrating. We call it Rihanna time. Shut up and drive. And it seems to have worked. Has it? George has got DRS, ERS and a slipstream, but to the line, we just beat the Mercedes driver to a P8 finish on Jaguar debut.
Come on!
I agree, Callie. That was for driver of the day as well. Welcome to the brand new save. We will up it to 105 for Bahrain, but I got very lucky through that Grand Prix with DRS on faster drivers for a considerable period of the Grand Prix, and other faster drivers, or the same faster drivers, also battling to lose time overall throughout the course of the race to ensure that we were able to maximise our finish. We were never going to get any more than a P8 today. We thought we'd get a P10, but obviously we're thrilled with the 4 World Championship points. Jaguar are off the mark. Disappointed that Mark Webber had to retire through a reliability issue. But that's the case in Formula 1. At the beginning of a new season, reliability is questionable at times, and he wasn't the only one to have his engine let go, was he? So at least we're not isolated in that, and it's not specifically an us issue. Like I say, we'll up the difficulty for the next race, but Hajar, Webber and Antonelli all retired, and that is 2 Red Bull powertrains and a Mercedes powertrain that gave way. So it's not just the Red Bull powertrain either, which is nice to know. Otherwise, it might be a localised issue to ourselves, Red Bull and V-Carb. It's not, thankfully. We're going to get a decent return on our damage allowance, just 10 grand each spent. Fan rating's going to go up quite considerably. The higher fan rating goes, the more sponsors we can put on the car. The more sponsors we can put on the car, the more money we can make. The more money we can make, the faster we can upgrade our facilities. And the faster we upgrade our facilities, the faster we can put new bits on the car. And the better drivers we can afford to bring in. At the minute, obviously very happy with the 2 drivers we currently have at the team. They're both very highly rated, so I don't know what we'll do for Season 2 with regards to drivers, but for Season 1, we're very happy with what we've got, and we should be as competitive as possible throughout the course of the whole season. Now, I'm going to start putting some extra bits on the car now. ERS is going to be very important. Fuel efficiency less so, as that's a bit of a broken upgrade, but those of you that are familiar with Formula 1 content know that already. We will start to do the downforce. We'll do rear downforce because we are a bit draggy, as you tend to be in the first stages with a My Team car. But actually, we can do both the front wing and the rear wing. Oh, I don't have any available slots. I can only upgrade 1 at a time per department. That's annoying. Now, do I do redistribution or do we just do the weight reduction? I'm going to go with the reduction. It kind of has to be the reduction. Just a lighter car initially. Forget where the weight is. Just make it less overall and we'll be fine. Well, we might as well do another bloody engine power, mightn't we? We're not going to have a better car for the next Grand Prix, but we're at least going to be decent on the way towards the next Grand Prix. Like I say, we will change the settings. I'll do it with you here as well. Difficulty up to 105. I'll do most of the waffling here at the end, and most of this kind of in-menu stuff we'll do at the end of episodes rather than at the beginning of episodes, so that we can get straight into the action, most importantly at the beginning of most things. It was the turbo that went on Mark Webber's car. The turbocharger let go on him, unfortunately. That will certainly mean that at some point later this season they'll have to take a grid penalty for a fifth element. But at the moment, there's not really much we can do on facility improvements. 5 days there, 8 days there, 33 days on the corporate. We can do some activities, so we'll get those in, although rather evidently there's only 2 days till the next Grand Prix, so we actually can't do anything there. So it will just be a case of going to China, which isn't the problem at all.
We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
We do, but I don't have any available slots to develop those bits, so I can't do anything, unfortunately. So we won't have an upgraded car for China, but we will have... I'm going to go balanced for China. I do have a little notepad. Those of you that watched the previous series will be aware of what we have tended to do. This is actually updated from Season 2 of the last save, but I need to redo it for Season 1 now that we've got different aspects and different characteristics on the car. So Australia, we did go balanced in the end with 2 mediums, and that was fine, and fuel was significantly lower. And China was balanced with 2-stop with one of each. Medium and hard. Oh no, 2-stop with one of each. So hard, medium, soft actually. And then fuel is obviously a bit balked because of the difficulties we faced with that. So I'll go balanced then for China. And you might as well stick with me here as we advance to China, because we will find out what the weather's going to do. Now it's a sprint weekend in China as well. So there are 2 Grand Prix, or 2 races to come. 1 Grand Prix and 1 third distance sprint Grand Prix, or sprint race. So sprint quali is with some wet weather, and the sprint race will have rain at the end, but the full qualifying and full Grand Prix will be dry, which is good news. Alright, well, we should be less competitive in China because we've upped the difficulty, but for me at least, I hope for you guys as well. That was a very enjoyable episode 1 of a brand new save. Do drop the video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more as we progress through this save here on the main channel. And do come and join me on stream as well so you can see all of it unfold live. Help me with strategy calls, etc. in the moment. But for now, for episode 1 of season 1 of the rejuvenation of Jaguar Racing F1 team, that's a good place to start. I'll see you next time. That'll fucking do, lads. Choose an outcome for prediction. P10 or higher. GG's. AC unit, please. Thank you. Holy moly. It is warm, isn't it? Right, what I'm going to do is take the stream offline, go and have some lunch, and then I'll bring the stream back online so that we've split the VODs on the YouTube stream side for the Sunderland Career Mode, which obviously we will record next. So by all means, go and grab yourselves a drink and a snack of your own. We'll be back live by 3:45 at the latest, and hopefully you guys will basically go and watch that Go and watch that episode 1 of season 2 of Sunderland, effectively, and let me know some feedback in the comments, and then we can act on it in half an hour's time. I'll see you soon.